Hi and welcome to this week's refresher session. This week we looked at knees, and I'd like to say simply knees, but they're one of the most complicated parts of the bone structure, the skeletal structure of the body, and they need to be looked after. You'll often hear people say, as we age, "Oh, my knees hurt," or "my knees hurt," and you might notice that as you get older as well, more of your friends sort of complain about knees hurting and perhaps even get a knee replacement. I'm not saying this practice is going to cure all your knee problems, but it might help strengthen the knee area, at least the muscle groups around the area of the knees. So if you remember, this week we started seated on the floor, and then I gave you the option to sit up on one of those purple foam blocks, but I understand that not everybody has one of those at home. So I suggest getting a pillow, or you'll often see me, as you'll always see me start my practice when I'm practicing with you guys, seated on a blanket, folded into a nice thin structure like this, or perhaps you'd like to roll it up to a bit of a thicker structure. Now, we did this to encourage the body pretty much just to lean forward a little bit and take the sort of strain off the knees. Often when we're trying to force ourselves to be upright in that arriving period of our sessions, we can find this sort of happening. If we can sit on something, it allows the body maybe just to relax. Maybe. It might not be your choice of seated posture. But what I'm going to ask you to do is either find your seat on the floor without a prop, or pop the prop under your bottom and use that for your position of arriving. If cross-legged is not good for you, don't be cross-legged. Have the legs out straight or up against a wall, something like that. So find the prop, pop it under your bottom if that's what you're doing. If not, find the cross, excuse me, on your legs, and find that lovely position that we all know exists as we begin to arrive into our practice. Let the eyes close here. And put the hands on top of the knees, palms down. And just make that nice connection between palm of hand, top of knee, or side of knee, wherever they're sitting. Gentle inhale and exhale through the nose. Let the body unravel for a moment, find its posture. Allow the abdomen to be quite heavy but fluid. Let the breath move into the body how it needs to today, and let it leave the body how it needs to today. I've got quite a noisy environment around me. I'd like to apologise, but it's the birds, because we've had this lovely thunderstorm. I think they're out on the hunt for worms. So if you can hear them cheeping, enjoy it. Relax the tongue and the eyeballs, and let's begin to arrive. Notice your breath, how it's making you feel to notice your breath. And use the exhale to release through the knees. Relax the shoulders. Visualize the spine lengthening. Exhale, knees, release. Back of the head in line with the spine. Relaxed jaw. Blowy abdomen. And as you inhale, exhale through the nose. Grow the spine. Exhale, knees. Lift the chest slightly, not so much to arch the back. Just encourage the lengthening of your spine. Crown of head into space above the body. Exhale, knees. Notice how the knees feel. Seated. Breathe. Feel into the silence. Any noises around you, observe them and tune back into the silence of the body. Exhale, knees, release through the knees. Let's begin inhaling nose, exhaling mouth. As you inhale through the nose, send the breath deep. Let the lower abdomen billow. Exhale, mouth. Keep going. Exhale, mouth. Release knees. Nose, mouth. Begin to lengthen the exhale. Not so much that the inhale's chasing it, just enough to rid the body of as much air as you can. Without attaching anything heightened to it. Nose, mouth. Lovely, one more. Take a couple of sighing exhales if that feels good today. Relax knees. Inhale, take the arms up above the head. Palms join, exhale to heart. Hands move to chest. Let the eyes move open. Lovely. Roll down onto your back. Have your feet to the width of the mats. Move your prop out of the way if you've decided to use a prop. Feet to the width of the mat. Send the arm wings wide. Take knees to floor right and then left. Just let them rock from right to left. So these lovely knees that we have, knees are made up of lots of ingredients. We've got a big femur bone coming from the pelvic area and then attaches to tibia fibia, two little bones that then attach the foot, which has lots and lots of bones. So in between the tibia fibia and the femur, we've got patella on the front, which is that disky bit, which often clicks when you kneel on the floor. Keep going with knees left and right. And then you've got tendons and ligaments wrapping around and behind the knee. And really, we want to strengthen the muscle groups around the knee so that the tendons and ligaments are not put on too much strain for them, so that they're supported, so that we're able to push off when we walk, move up steps, get out of the car. If you're into HIIT exercises like me, it'll help you with the springs off those blessed squat jumps. It'll just keep you more mobile in life. Keep moving, oiling that femur head in the synovial fluid, just under the pelvic bowl. And then let the knees land left, so both knees land left, and pop the left foot on top of the right knee so you get a bit of lengthening through that right side body. Don't be too forceful here, okay? The body's not warm. We're just enjoying this lovely lengthening through right side. So maybe encourage the breath to move into the right side chest a little bit. It might even travel down towards right knee. But just show a little bit of gratitude to the right knee right now. Right knee right now. That's it. Breathe. I encourage you when we're doing a lot of floor practice to continue with the nose-mouth breath. It's very easy when we're on the floor to let our minds wander because we're not really having to concentrate on balancing or any strength work. It's very relaxing, which is lovely, but the human mind wanders. So just try and incorporate that breath, that nose-mouth breath, into your floor practice. Because we know when it gets a bit spicy, our minds are very present on the sensations moving through the body, and that's great. But when it's a bit more passive, we do find our minds wander. Lovely. Come up onto the right foot. Keep that left foot on the right knee, hands either side of the body. Push through the right foot, pelvis up towards the ceiling. Feel the wobbles as you travel. Relax through the shoulders. Open that left knee, left hip, so you get a gentle external rotation. I just say gentle. It's feeling quite strong for me today, but each practice is different. But external rotation of that left femur head. Lovely. Relax the pelvis down. Send the arm wings wide again. This time we're going to travel to the right side. So the sole of the left foot moves to the right side floor. Now this is always tricky for me to explain in practice, but the outside of the right leg wants to be on the floor bent, and the sole of the left foot wants to be on the floor. So we're encouraging the left knee to open, not the actual knee. I mean the action of the left leg, left knee, left femur is opening towards the ceiling. What we're doing here is lengthening the psoas muscle that comes from the lower back over the hip and attaches to the femur head. So you might feel it quite strong over the point of the pelvic point or the hip point on the left side. Keep breathing here. Easy exhale, mouth release. Encourage that left glute to come towards the floor. This might be quite strong if you're into strength training or fitness or running of any sort. This is going to be quite strong for you. I always find these quite strong, especially if I've been for a run. Lovely. Come back to center. Unravel the legs. Take the feet mat width. Let the knees go left and right again. Nose, mouth, breathe. Let them fall to right side, this time right foot on left knee. Feel that lovely lengthening through the left side body. Breathe into left side chest. Relax through the shoulders. Open your arm wings wide, let the fingers curl. And let that lovely lengthening sensation happen through the left side body. It's quite complementary from that last posture we did. It's quite strong. Don't stop breathing here, nose, mouth. You'll feel the inside of the left knee move towards the floor a little bit with every exhale. It might be way off, that's okay. But you'll be surprised, it gently touches the mat and you think, wow, you can't even notice it until you get that sensation of touch. But just trust the process, the body's lengthening here. This is really nice for lower back pain, these floor postures. Lovely, come up onto the left foot. Keep that right foot on the left knee, hands either side of the body. Push through the left foot. Pelvis up towards ceiling. Lovely. Open the right side hip. Whole of the left foot on the floor. Keep breathing. Relax through the shoulders. Feel into the wobbles. I'm wobbly on this side today. You might be more wobbly on this side or more wobbly on the other side. That's okay. Not here for long. One more breath. Lovely, relax pelvis, spread those arm wings wide again, let the sole of the right foot travel to left side floor this time, opening up that right leg, that right side hip, right knee, breathe, sole of the right foot on the floor, open the right knee. The entirety of the left side of the left leg is on the floor, maybe, at least that's where what we're aiming for. Or moving towards at least. Relax through the shoulders, breathe. Sensational, lovely. Come back up, unravel. Hug the knees in, round the spine. Place both feet on the floor, hands either side of the body. We're going to swim right side. Bring right knee in towards chest. Open right knee to right side. Send the right leg long. Swim a half breaststroke. Bring it back in towards the chest. Let's add the breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, send it long. Bring it back in. Keep these movements real gentle. Open that right knee. Flex the foot. Draw it back in. So check the chin, check you're not pointing it up too much towards the ceiling, relax through your shoulders, don't claw the hands, let the core have a moment in the limelight. Watch the left knees, not falling out too much or falling in, use it as like a fence post for the body, oiling that femur head. Plus strengthening the core, improving our posture. We're moving that knee joint without having any pressure or weight running through it. Keep breathing. Relax the upper body. Breathe. I'm quite glad the birds are tweeting so you can't hear my my femur head clonking in my hip joint. I'm sure there's some of you that can relate to this. One side is definitely more clunky than the other. It's okay. Keep swimming. By now you might feel a little bit of heat appearing in the pelvic floor area. It's okay. It's the muscle group starting to warm. Lovely. One more. Hug knees in, round the spine. Release the feet. Let's swim left side. Left knee moves wide, open towards left side, extend left leg, swim it back in. Add the breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it back in. Check right knee in line with the hip and the right shoulder. Relax through the shoulders. Send the leg long. If it feels good, if the core is vibrating at a rate that's too uncomfortable, back off the length of the leg. Back off the size of the shape you're creating. And breathe. Relax hands, shoulders. Relax the jaw. Lovely. One more. Beautiful. Hug knees in, round the spine. Relax the feet down. Take the feet to the width of the mat. Send your arm wings wide. Let the knees go left and right. Enjoy that. A little bit of heat being created in there. Wonderful. Okay, come back to center. Push up onto your elbows. We're going to move into that lovely side plank sensation. So bend the left elbow. Come up onto the left knee. Send the right leg out. Right arm moves up towards the ceiling. Gaze towards the right hand. If you need a bit more, pop the right leg up. Be strong through the core. Punch out through the right heel. Fingers on the right hand, glued together like a nice arrow point. Keep breathing through the sensations. You've got the option to go into a full side plank here if you need that. Lovely, 4 more breaths. Beautiful. Roll onto all fours. Roll or hop or whatever it is. Come up onto your hands. Cat cow. Oh, that feels good today. Open the body on the inhale. Exhale, round. Oh. If you need a lion's breath, chuck that in. Open your communication channels. Throat chakra. So take these cat-cows as your time to connect with the breath. Inhale, movement follows. Exhale, movement follows. Connect the body with the breath. Lovely. We're going to move on to that plank again, but on the right side. So bending right elbow. Right knee, left arm moves up towards the ceiling or sky, wherever you're practicing. Reaching through the left hand, gazing towards the left hand, fingers on the left hand nice and tight, collected, like a nice tight-knit community, traveling up to the space above the body. If you need a little bit more spice, lift that left leg, or you have the option to go into a full side plank. I tend not to go up onto my wrist in side planks. I find there's too much weight travelling through that tiny connection. But again, it's personal preference to your practice. Breathe. Lovely. Release back down onto all fours, cat-cow. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. It's the first dog of the practice, okay? Maybe your first dog ever. So what we're looking at is creating a sort of upside down V shape. Hands on the floor, pushing towards the ground. Creases on the elbows. wanting to move towards the front of the mat. Crown of the head heavy, slight round in the lower back, so the core's kicking in, but also asking the tailbone to move towards sky space. Strong legs, lift the kneecaps, and relax the heels. Have a little gap between heels and floor. Let the eyes close here. Find your dog. Now you always have an option to come down into child's pose whenever we're in downward facing dog, or whenever throughout your practice. Downward dog, child's pose, both resting postures. If you're in child's pose, join us back in downward facing dog. You're going to bend the knees and meet in a forward fold at the front of your mat, or back of your mat, I think we're at now. Have a bend in the knees and let the arms be heavy. Let the head be heavy, and draw a lovely semicircle around the feet with the hands. If we come back to stillness, lengthen the legs, weight into balls of feet, forward fold. Pops is making some funny noises. Very nice to hear. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Let's rise all the way up. Arms move up above the body. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's step right, wide, into that gorgeous warrior goddess posture. So feet to the corners of the mat, toes pointing to the corners of the mat. Inhale, arms high. Exhale into goddess. Let's move. Body breath connection. Take it slow. You know the heat's going to build. Nose, mouth. Take it a bit deeper. Let's land here. Tuck the tailbone. Open the chest, breathe. Feel the strengthening. If it feels nice to close the eyes, you can close the eyes. Exhale, knees. Release the sensations. Inhale, rise. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, exhale, hands, heart center. Turn the feet in, toes towards each other a little bit, hands on hips, wide-legged, forward fold. Oh yeah. Let the head be heavy here, all right? Find your footing. Let the hands move towards the floor. Weight into the balls of the feet. Trust yourself. Crown of the head towards the floor space in front of you. Don't be locking out the knees. Have a gentle bend in the knees, especially for you hypermobile folk. If you're on your elbows, come back up onto your hands. Bend the knees, hands onto the hips. Rise all the way up. We're going to step forward to the front of our mats. Bend the knees, inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option for child's pose. Let the beat of the breath return. Lift the kneecaps, lengthen through the back body. Three-legged dog right side, send that right leg high. Punch out through the right heel. Inhale. Exhale, high lunge. Right foot travels forwards. Take the arms high. Breathe. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, relax the elbows, open the chest. Breathe. Encourage the points of the pelvis to face towards the front of your mat, bending into the right knee, lengthening that back leg. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale, hands either side of the right foot. Hop the back foot in a little bit, lengthen the front leg into pyramid. Ooh. So don't be locking out the right knee here, okay? If the hands don't reach the floor, grab some books or some pillows and place them either side of the right foot. You can take a bend in that right knee if it's easier. You want to encourage the spine to lengthen and then release through the crown of the head, encouraging points of the pelvis to point forward. Lovely. Bend in the right knee, land in forward fold, bend the knees, semicircle with the fingers around the feet again. Keep breathing. Lovely. Bend the knees, rise high on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left side. Left leg goes high. Punch out of the heel. Make it work, baby. Inhale. Exhale, high lunge, left side. Arms move high. Settle in. Inhale, reach arms. Exhale, release elbows. Open heart center. Bending left knee, lengthening right leg. Inhale. Exhale, hands either side, left foot. Step the back foot in, into pyramid. Lengthen the left leg. Crown of the head towards the floor. Grab your books if you need to, or blocks under the hands. Breathe. Lovely. Bend left knee, hop to forward fold. Bend the knees further. Hands move around the feet in that lovely semicircle. Lovely. Come to stillness, then lengthen the legs out. If you've got a yogi lock, if you want to put the fingers, peace fingers around the big toes, go with that. Diamond shape the elbows. Encourage the crown of the head. To to move to the floor space in front of the body. And let the breath settle. Lovely. Release Yogi Lock. Bend the knees, take the arms all the way up above the body on the inhale. Exhale into chair. Have a look to see if you can see the feet above, below the knees. And send the arms long if that feels good. You might like to cactus the arms or have them on the hips or even into prayer. It's really up to you. So watch out for the hammock back. Tuck the tailbone under. Chair. Look forward, find your drishti. Lift the toes, plant them back down. Feel into those sensations, breathe. Exhale, mouth. You've got this, let's take it lower. Tuck the tailbone, strengthen the body. Oh yeah, breathe. Lovely. Inhale, reach high, lengthen the legs, a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale onto all fours. Exhale, round the back. Cat, cow. Inhale, look forward. Let the breath settle. Knees wide, toes together, child's pose. Send the arms long. A little bit of gratitude right now for the knees and the posture they're in what we call a resting posture. Now it might be a resting posture for the other parts of the bodies, but the knees here are allowing you to rest. They're flexing in a way that allows you to rest. Now in session we moved into a posture called hero. As I'm not with you, guiding you, and I can't make sure that you have the right props and foam blocks. Whilst we're doing the posture, I'm not going to guide you today. If you do have the right equipment and you fancy moving into hero, please take your time. Travel into that posture, inquire, be careful, you know it's strong on the knees. If hero isn't for you today, enjoy this child's pose. Take this moment to persuade the heat we've created to travel through the spine, Tell the spine it's okay. It's time to lengthen and soften. If you're in Hero, just take a couple more breaths. Don't breathe too much through those powerful sensations because the knees are very delicate. Quite ironic, they're so delicate, but take the real brunt of the weight through the body, the weight through the knee of the body. Pops agrees. The weight of the body, travels through the knee. You think the brain and the organs, the pelvis, the netting of the pelvis, the bowl, pounds through the knees as we walk, and if you run, you ride horses or cycle. Those in Hero, come back into Child's Pose. Come gently out of Child's Hero. Lovely. Draw the hands back in towards the body. Bring them under the shoulders. Push all the way up. Be real slow. Let the body start to unwind. And move to one side. And let's meet in Shavasana. Send the legs long. Send them wide. Send the arms wide. Create a lovely star shape. If you've got a blanket, might be nice to pop it over you. Maybe pop it over the knees, just to say thank you, knees. We don't often say thank you enough to you, but today is all about you. Open your arm wings, open the palms of the hands, close the eyes. And let's take a couple of releasing, sighing breaths, inhaling through the nose. And let the body go. to bring a little bit of movement back into the body by moving the knees, lifting the knees. Before you move on to your next activity, just send a little bit of gratitude to knees, however many you have, and the strength that they provide you, the ability they provide you. Take a wiggle in the fingers and the toes and the tongue and the eyeballs. And ravel it all back in. Bring the arms into the body, knees in towards the chest. Take a nice intuitive movement. Then roll to one side. Let your eyes open here. That was hard to come out of Shavasana. That was a nice one. Let the eyes open. Become familiar with your surroundings. Knowing that just by showing up today and practicing, you've put something back in your pot. You've probably already released something from your pot as well. It's the beauty of yoga, isn't it? Is you seem to put something back in, but also something seems to shift and move away. So it's a sort of constant cycle of change, of rising and passing. Never that feeling of holding on. Lovely. Push yourself up to seated. Take it easy. Be gentle on yourself. Find a nice seated position. Let's inhale all together once more. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, heart center, release knees. Namaste.